Hi there, it's Sunday, July the 7th, and we are going to talk about Proverbs 7. Now, a few days ago or yesterday, we talked about adultery, and what he didn't like about adultery. But today we're going to talk about the wiles of the harlot, which is not an adulteress. Adultery is taking another man's wife or another wife's husband. But this is about the wiles of the harlot. So, my son, keep my words and treasure my commands within you. Keep my commandments and live, and my teaching is the apple of your eye. Bind them on your fingers, write them in the tablet of your heart. Say to wisdom, you are my sister, and call understanding your intimate friend, that you may keep from you an adulteress, another man's wife, from the foreigner who flatters with her words. Maybe it is about adultery, huh? For at the window of my house I looked out through my lattice, and I saw the young, naive, and discerned among the youths a young man lacking sense, passing through the street near her corner. As he takes the way to her house in the twilight and the evening, in the middle of the night and in the darkness, and behold, a woman comes to meet him, dressed as a harlot. Okay, now this is somebody's wife, an adulteress, dressed as a harlot. And I'm lost. Dressed as I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Dressed as a harlot and cunning of heart. She's boisterous and rebellious. Her feet do not remain at home. She is now in the streets, now in the squares, and lurks by every corner. So she seizes him and kisses him. And with a brazen face she says to him, I was due to offer peace offerings today. I have paid my vows. Therefore I have come out to meet you, to seek your presence earnestly, and I have found you. I have spread my couch with coverings, with colored linens from Egypt. I have sprinkled my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let us drink our fill of love until morning. Let us delight ourselves with caresses, for my husband is not at home. He's gone on a long journey. He has taken a bag of money with him. At the full moon he will come home. With her many persuasions she entices him. With her flattering lips she seduces him. Suddenly he follows her, as an ox goes to the slaughter, or as one in fetters to the discipline of a fool. As one in fetters to the discipline of a fool. Right. Until an arrow pierces through his liver. As a bird hastens to the snare, he does not know it will cost him his life. Now therefore, my sons, listen to me and pay attention to the words of my mouth. Don't let your heart turn aside to her ways. Do not stray into her paths, for many are the victims she has cast down, and numerous are all her slain. Her house is the way to Sheol, descending to the chambers of death. So, wow. That's a New American Standard. We've been using the Holman Christian Standard Bible. Well, let's read it in here. It's a short and not really highlighting anything. So, this is the Holman Christian Standard. My son, obey my words and treasure my commands. Keep my commands and live. Protect my teachings as the pupil of your eye. Tie them to your fingers and write them in the tablet of your heart. Say to wisdom, you are my sister, and call understanding your relative. She will keep you from a forbidden woman, a stranger with her flattering talk. Yeah. And here's the same story. I think this is I don't know that he actually saw this. I think this is a parable, as it were. Yeah. At the window of my house I looked through my lattice. I saw among the inexperienced, or naive, or simple, right, gullible, I noticed among the youth a young man lacking sense. Crossing the street near her corner, he strolled down the road to her house at twilight in the evening, in the dark of the night. A woman came to meet him, dressed like a prostitute. Having a hidden agenda, she is loud and defiant. Her feet do not stay at home. Now in the street, now in the square, she looks at every corner. She grabs him and kisses him. She brazenly says to him, I have made fellowship offerings today. I have fulfilled my vows, so I came out to meet you. to search for you, and I found you. I've spread coverings on my bed, richly colored linen from Egypt, and I've perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let us drink deeply of lovemaking until morning. Let's feast on each other's love. My husband isn't home. He went on a long journey. He took a bag of money with him and will not come home, and will come home at the time of the full moon. She seduces him with her persistent pleading. She lures with her flattering talk. He follows her impulsively, like an ox going to slaughter, like a deer bounding toward a trap, until an arrow pierces his liver, like a bird darting into a snare. He doesn't know it will cost him his life. My sons, listen to me and pay attention to the words of my mouth. Don't let your heart turn aside to her ways. Don't stray onto her paths, for she has brought many down to death. Her victims are countless. Her house is the road to Sheol, descending to the chambers of death. Oh, yeah. And this is interesting. The fellowship offering, meat from a fellowship offering, had to be eaten on the day it was offered. Therefore, she is inviting him to a feast at her house. Yeah. That's what that means in 14. It says, I made fellowship offerings today, fulfilled my vows. That means she sacrificed an animal, and it has to be eaten today. Okay, that's their rules. And so she has this big meal prepared. Okay, right. Now, adultery was very, very, always very frowned on, and the husband find out, he could kill you. Okay. Prostitution was just buying sex, and it was wrong, but they could make peace and have peace offerings and sacrifices and stuff to get by that, and you weren't committing adultery. That was fornication, which was a different sin altogether. Okay, to me it's the same. Okay, just stick with your wife. So there you have it. Like I said, not a lot to highlight, just one subject, Stay away from people. And there are men like this too, okay? Men that aren't satisfied, they don't stay home, they're hanging out at the bars and lying, okay? Got this, I've got that. A lot of unhappy people, okay? A lot of people that don't seek the Lord and think joy comes from somewhere else. And that's the way they are. You just stay away from those kind of people. Seek the Lord. Well, yeah, that's today's subject. And like I say, he does talk about that a lot because, Solomon had 700 wives and 300 concubines, and you learn lessons trying to keep that many women satisfied. You can't. Okay, you can't. Okay, it's just not possible, and I don't know why he did it, but it led to his downfall in the end. So, but there you have it. Stay tuned later today for Through the Bible in a Year. I think we're back into 2 Kings, back into the Kings after a nice break studying Jonah yesterday. But there you have it. Have a good Sunday. Go to church. Give somebody a hug. Don't gossip, okay? Don't gossip. Don't have pride. Be humble. See you later.